Hi, I'm Dr. Zelfand, and this is a hammer. You're holding a hammer too, but you might not realize it. Allow me to explain. Let's say a patient came into my practice complaining that their finger was hurting, and I gave them a really nice herb formulation to help with pain, put them on some anti-inflammatory medications, and wrapped a nice supportive splint around their finger. That would be some pretty good doctoring on my part. But then let's say the patient comes back and says that their finger is still hurting, it's hurting way less than it was before, but that it's still bothering them. And I say, well, tell me a little bit about what you're doing with that finger. And then the patient tells me, well, you see, every night when I get home from work, I pull out a hammer and I smack my finger with it. Doesn't matter how good my herbs are. As long as that patient is smacking their finger with a hammer, their finger's not ever going to get better. Seems obvious, right? Except we forget this all the time in medicine. We think that we can just make things better with our magic pills, that we don't have to ask patients to do this really hard work of putting down the hammer. We think that there are miracle herbs from the Amazon or from multi-level marketing companies or whatever the next big fad is. So I want to ask you, what's your hammer? What's that thing that's stopping you from reaching your fullest potential for healing and for growth? Hammers vary from person to person, and a hammer can be an attitude. A hammer can be a toxic relationship, whether that's a spouse or a boss or a friend. A hammer can be a drug, and I don't just mean illegal drugs. A hammer can be a pharmaceutical drug if used inappropriately. A hammer can be a lifestyle habit. A hammer can be a food. A hammer can really be anything because it's all in how it's affecting you. If you're diabetic and you're still eating sugar, you haven't put your hammer down yet. Or if you have anxiety but you're still drinking alcohol, you've got a hammer ramming on your nervous system. If you're a woman struggling to get pregnant and you're working a 60-hour work week, your workaholism and stress is a hammer. That stress is derailing the hormones. If you're not sleeping well, but you're looking at your smartphone in bed at night, that smartphone is your hammer. It's stopping the brain from producing melatonin. So, until you put the hammer down, you're probably not going to get full resolution of whatever your health issues are. Now, the other therapies are still great, and they're still worth doing. Herbs are fantastic, energy medicine is great, nutritional medicine is wonderful. It's all wonderful. But if you're using these therapies while you're still holding a freaking hammer, the therapies are only going to take you so far. They're going to help, but they're only going to help so much. And the way in which they help you is probably only going to be temporary. So, here's where you come in. I hope that you can do the beautiful, the bold, the brave work of figuring out what your hammer is. And please, as soon as you figure it out, put it down. Put the hammer down. Because when you do, health is yours. Joy is yours. And then you're just free. So, get free. Get happy. Get healthy. Put the hammer down. I'm Dr. Zelfand, and thank you so much for watching.